Welcome guys! We're playing another shelter type game from the same developers called the Lonesome Frog. Left click and drag to move. What? Oh? I killed it. Hold up. I can't adjust the sounds. The Lonesome Frog. In a cluster of wood not far from you and me, something extraordinary happened. In an open field beside a meadow of warm flowers, sibling cub play a game of tag the big bad wolf. It was a game that didn't sit well with the elder sibling. You see, she didn't like wolves because she was terrified of them. To be honest, she was terrified of just about everything. What if the wolf ate me and the bear? Imagine if I slipped and fell in the river. She worriedly, worryingly, Jesus, wailed to her mother at time. Don't be afraid of the danger of the world, dear Mother Low. Mother Low usually calmly responded. Otherwise, the Lonesome Frog could get you. It comes for all with fear in their heart. I have something between my teeth. The only... Wait, what? Oh. That only made her fear worse than thoughts of everything she was afraid of began to consume her. Wolf, bears, birds, and most of all the Lonesome Frog. What the fuck? I would be scared as well if I saw that. One day she caught sight of something rolling down a distant mountain. It was the Lonesome Frog. Oh, fork, not frog. Jesus. It had to be large and all-consuming. It rolled over the nearby hills and on top of her path. She turned around and sprang as quickly as her little legs could take her. However, she couldn't outrun the darkness which inched ever close until it was upon her. Dazed and confused, she scared Screed closed her eyes blindly and ran until she could run no further. Is this even a game? Only blackness and an eerie silence shrouded her. After a short moment, she put a paw forward and felt the familiar feeling of grass beneath her feet. Familiar was good. Slowly, she opened her eyes and was greeted by the landscape she never seen before. I am probably the most lonesome and scared animal in the world right now, she thought. She perched herself atop a small rock. It was cold and damp from the fog. Am I ever going to see my family again? She wondered aloud. Of course you will, answered a voice with no face. Are you the lonesome fork? Asked the terrified cop as her as her eyes darted around to find the source of the voice. I most certainly am not, responded the voice. I am simply a worried and scared mother who is lost in this fog just like you. Can mothers be scared too? Wondered the little cop aloud, and with a sense of relief that she was no longer alone. But wasn't she scared of wolves? Apparently so, responded the voice as she began to explain the reason for her fears. She spent most of her days scared something bad would happen to her little pups. The motherly voice sounded weak, and the little cub thought it reminded her of a bat or something less scary. They spoke for what it felt like a long time. Sometimes they laughed, even thought they were scared. Most of all, they were happy to find someone who understood what it felt like to be little and scared. Is that fox then? I thought it looked like a wolf. Suddenly a gust of wind swept in and began to break up the surrounding dim whilst welcoming the warmth of the sun. Look, it's clearing, cheered the little cub. She jumped down from the little rock and excitedly turned around to gaze upon the face of the voice that had kept her company. A large and statuesque-looking wolf towered over her. Without fear, the cub stared at the mother wolf, who stared right back. Without uttering a word to each other, they turned around and began walking their separate ways, both more more than a little relieved by that chat. As she made it into a clearing, she caught a sight of her family. Delighted and filled with joy, she ran towards them. They played and talked all day. However, she pledged to keep her experience close to her heart. No one to know. Okay. Over time, the lonesome fork would return, and when it did, the cop didn't run away. Instead, she calmly strode towards and within it before returning to her family. Time, each time this happened, her belief in her ability to face anything grew. In time, little would hold any fear for her. The end. I thought it was a game. But I guess the meaning behind it is pretty nice. I hope my reading wasn't too bad. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.